Okay, so they're going to start off, they're asking us, so we have a couple of circles, A, B, it's another Venn diagram, right? We have circle A, circle B. We have 6 here that are in A only, 19 in the middle, they're in both. And the 77 are in B only, and the 34 are outside of both circles. Okay, they're asking us for the universe. U equals the universe, which means everything in the box. Everything in the box. So the universe, that's just going to be add them all up, huh? 66 plus 19 plus 77 plus 34. I'm going to use my calculator. Whatever those all add up to be. I'm getting 196. 196 total in the universe. Now, let's do the next part where they're asking us for A with that little mark. Now, what does that mark mean? Do you remember?
Opposite.
Yeah, that's opposite, right? We had 3 ways of doing that. That it's the same thing as A with the bar on it or A with the complement, the C, huh? They all mean opposite of A. In other words, the regions not in A, don't they? That's what they all mean. They're the opposite of A. They mean the regions not in A. So what are the regions not in A? That'd be the 77 and the 34. So that comes out to be, what is that, 111, I think? Yeah, 111. So the region's not in circle A. So here's circle A. The regions not in A are here and here, aren't they? Those are the ones not in circle A. Opposite of A. So that's what that means. And then the third one here, we're going to do, it's asking for a complement overlap B. So let's go down, and I'm gonna go to a fresh screen for that. So bring it right to A complement overlap B. So here it is. So A complement overlap B, right? So I'm just grabbing this question here. A complement overlap B, bringing it on down. Okay, so how do we do it? Let's do it where we have some room to work. So A complement overlap B. All right, so here's the technique I'm going to suggest that I found makes it easier for students over the years, is just take the first one, okay? And you know what that means? That means not, the region's not in A. The region's not in A. And so what regions are not in A? Well, that'd be here and here. Let me back up. I mean, that's right. But I want you to think about this like there's 4 basic regions. That's how we identify, right? There's 4 different regions. There's this A only section. There's the middle with A and B. There's this B only section, and then there's the outside. That outside includes the whole outside, which is what we call region 4. It's out. It's in the box still, but it's outside of both circles. It's the outside region, region 4. So we have 4 basic regions. And so we're going to label those with what the different letters say. So on this one, they said the region's not in A. So if this is circle A, then this and this are the 2 regions not in circle A. So I write those in. And next, B, going to put the regions in B. So again, there's going to be 2 regions, 2 basic regions in circle B. That'd be right here and right here. See how both of those are inside of circle B? See how they're both inside of circle B? Okay. Finally, we're going to take what kind of connection here? Well, that U turned over is overlap. It's where both the first, well, let me say it this way, it's regions with both the first and the second letters, right? That's what it means. It's overlap. Where do they overlap? Where does the A complement or the A complement and the B overlap? Well, that's only going to be right here, huh? You good there? The answer is just the 77. Because that's where you have both the A naught and the B. That's the only region where they overlap, where you've got both the A naught and the B occurring. So it's just the 77. All right, let's go on. Questions on that one? Feel free to speak up or put stuff in the chat box. I'm going to move on to the next part where they're going to want me to do, oh, let me, well, we'll do unions. Yeah, well, real quick, what if they had said A complement union B? Then that would be unite. I would put together all regions. So I would have taken also this and the outside, and I would have added those three numbers together. You see that? That would have been unite, because that would be unite all the regions that have the first or the second letter. That would have been unite, but we had overlap. So I want to make sure you see that difference there, so you know how that would have worked. All right, on we go to the next one, which is A overlap. A overlap B complement on the outside. A overlap B complement. So let's do that right here. A overlap B complement on the outside. So notice this is different because we have the complement, the opposite on the outside. So it's not the opposite of just one letter. See, this last one was the opposite of just the A, wasn't it? But this one is the opposite of the whole A overlap B. So you've got to first, step number one is you've got to find the A overlap B. Just like in your algebra days, you got to start with the parentheses, don't you? And then on step two, we'll take the opposite. That'll be the end of the problem. We've got to first find the A overlap B, and at the very end, take the opposite. All right. So what's the A overlap B? Well, you can do the same thing. You might be able to see the answer right now, and that's fine. I'm going to do it thoroughly. So these are the two regions with A, B, here, and here. Right? So I did the two regions in A, the two regions in B, and then I'm going to take the overlap. That's the U turned over, overlap, which means the regions with both first and the second letters. So that's just the middle, right? That's just the middle. But that's not our final answer, is it? Final step, take the opposite. So that middle is the overlap. But then in the end, we're supposed to take the opposite of that. So that would mean all other regions. That's how we end this problem. So we're going to take this region, and the outside, all the other regions. And so that's going to be what? 66, 77, 34. Add them up. 177. There's our answer. Does that make sense? Questions on that? So we had to do the overlap first, and then at the end, take the opposite, because it was the opposite of the overlap. So the overlap ended up being the middle, and then we had the opposite of the whole overlap, which are the three other regions other than the middle, other than the overlap in the middle. We add those up, 177. All right, hearing no questions, I'll keep moving. And we have a third one of these. So now it's right here, A union B complement. Okay. Come on down here. So A union B complement. So again, this means it'll be very similar. Opposite of the whole A union B. It's on the parentheses, not on an individual letter. So, you know, same two steps. We've got to start with the parentheses. Start with A union B. And down here on step 2, we'll take the opposite. Opposite of. We'll take the opposite. Yeah. All right. So step number 1, start with A union B. So you know how to do that? So I'll do the A in blue here. So A, those are the two regions in A. The B in red, B, those are the two regions in B. So the two regions in circle A, the two regions in circle B. And then I want what do they want here? They want the union. This is the union, meaning that you unite all regions with the first or the second letters. You unite all regions with the first or the second letters. That's what U means, the union, the uniting together of all regions with either the first or the second letters. So, okay, so that'll be this region, and this region. All three of those, right? All three of those are the union of all regions with the first or the second letters. Finally, we want the opposite. The opposite of that, what's the opposite? That means all the other regions. The opposite. So the opposite, that's pretty clear. That's just going to be the outside, isn't it? It's the whole outside. And so that's just a nice, clean 34. And we are done. That's the outside, 34. It's the opposite of the union. Questions on that one? All right, one more for number 3 here. It's a very long question. You probably noticed. Let me gotta come back and grab it here. One more, and we're gonna do A complement overlap, B complement. A not overlap, B not. All right, let's do it. And so last part is A not overlap, B not. Okay. So first off, let's find the A not regions. That would be here and here. We good there for starters? Because this is circle A. So this and this are not in circle A. They're outside of circle A. And then the B not. What are outside of B? This and this, right? Because here's circle B. So this and this are outside of circle B, aren't they? And then finally, we're supposed to take the what? The overlap, which means regions with both the first and the second letters. It's overlap. So what region or regions has both the first and the second letters? That's pretty easy. That's the outside right here. Huh? So this time we do not have to do the opposite at the end because there's not an opposite on a whole parenthesis anywhere. We just did the opposite of A from the beginning and the opposite of B from the beginning and then took the overlap. So the overlap is just that. And so the answer is just the 34, isn't it? It's just that 34. That's the overlap of both. Now, what if they had said, I'm always wanting to show you the other option. What if they had said A, not A, united with not B? Well, that would be unite. I would have also, in that case, I would have included this region and that region as well, because that would be uniting together any place that has either letter, right? So I would have added the 66 and the 77 if they had said unite, but they didn't. They said overlap. We good there? So there is the end of number 3.